Hey, I wanted to welcome everyone back to the Aquarium of Boise. Here I'm hanging out with Ollie. So Ollie is actually one of our longest residents at the aquarium. He's actually not the biggest animal that we have here, but Ollie we've had for about 7 years now. And so, any guesses on what Ollie is? So if you guessed the ball python, you would be absolutely correct. So this is a ball python. This is an adult ball python. They average anywhere from 4 to 5 feet. This one is about 3.5, almost 4 feet long from head to tail. I'll kind of put the head up just a little bit so you can see there. And if you look really closely, you see the tongue kind of flicking out. I'm going to cooperate, Ollie. You see him coiling around there. Right up. So I'm kind of looking at my monitor, making sure I can see the face. And so you can see Ollie's head, and you see that tongue kind of flicking out. And so the flicking out of the tongue is actually them tasting the air. Inside the roof of their mouth, they have what's known as a Jacobson's organ. And the Jacobson's organ is used to sense chemicals. And so they take that and then they put it up into the roof of their mouth in order to detect prey. Any guesses on what type of prey these guys are looking for? So if you guess mostly rodents, you'd be absolutely right. And so they're going after small rodents like rats and mice. And if you look right in the front of the face, I'll kind of put up the camera there, you'll see these pits. Those are actually heat sensing pits on the roof of their mouth. And they use those heat sensing pits in order to find prey too. Almost like people use a thermal imaging camera in order to detect light and dark or warm versus cold objects. And so these guys use that too. And so inside each animal is your heart, and your heart is beating blood throughout your body, and that's allowing these guys to see basically temperatures. And so they're seeing temperatures from other animals. Almost like we use thermal imaging in order to detect hot versus cold objects. They're using thermal imaging in order to detect warm-blooded animals or endothermic animals versus animals that might have cooler blood or ectothermic animals. So a lot of times these guys get called cold-blooded. They're actually not cold-blooded at all. They just can't regulate their body temperature. And so whatever the body temperature is would be based on the external temperature. So if it's 70 degrees here at the aquarium today, that means their blood temperature is going to be 70 degrees as well. And so we regulate their temperature by providing heat lamps and other external heat sources in their exhibits in order to keep their body warm. And so, any guesses on how many times this guy eats? These guys don't eat very often. They typically will average about once every week or once every other week. In the winter, these guys are really good at slowing down their metabolism and basically conserving energy over time. And so these guys do not need to eat every single day like every single one of you. So they're really good at conserving energy over time. By having a really low blood temperature and being ectothermic, relying on external temperatures, that means they can save energy. Especially in the winter here in Idaho, you're not going to see a lot of reptiles and herps and amphibians out and about because it's just too cold, especially days like today where it's rainy and cold. You're not going to see a whole lot of snakes and lizards out and about in Idaho. So these guys are really good at kind of basically hanging out, laying low, and then conserving that energy over time. I'll kind of put his head up there so you can see the scale pattern. Kind of turn him around a little bit. And so this is a constrictor. And so these guys coil up just like this. You can see it's kind of loosely coiled all around my hand. I'll kind of back up a little bit. And so that's kind of how they get their name, ball python, because they're all just tightly little coiled up just like that. And so we'd love to hear your comments. If you have comments about these animals or questions about these animals, we'd love to hear from you. You can put it down in the comment section right below. Hope you guys are being happy, healthy, and safe at home and sheltering in place, and we hope to see you at the Aquarium of Boise again soon.